It was a foggy, quiet morning in the Gulf of Tonkin, as MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam, a mighty 50,000 deadweight-ton bulk carrier, slowly approached the anchorage off the coast of Hai Phong. It was a foggy, quiet morning in the Gulf of Tonkin, as MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam, a mighty 50,000 deadweight-ton bulk carrier, slowly approached the anchorage off the coast of Hai Phong. The crew had been preparing for a busy day ahead, but the atmosphere on the bridge was tense. Captain Crewvn stood by the radar, his eyes scanning the horizon, while third mate Long was busy checking the vessel's position. Long, what's our status? We should be anchoring soon, but I don't like this fog. It's too thick and we need clearance from the port authorities before we anchor. Long tin trung qua chung to the now, chung to sap phi the neo, nhung toi kong thich swang mu ne quadeva chung ta kansu chap thuan tu kang truok ki the neo. Third mate Long quickly checked the communication equipment, making sure everything was ready to send the necessary messages to VTS. Meanwhile, Captain Crewvn made a quick decision on the best course of action. They needed to anchor immediately, but it had to be in a safe spot, away from the busy traffic lane. The weather was honestly pretty challenging, and the situation really called for careful attention to detail. Captain, I've just sent a request to VTS for clearance. We need to anchor in the designated area, clear of the fairway. We've also been instructed not to anchor in position 10 degrees north, 107 degrees east. Duyen Truong, Toi de Gui Yu Kao Shin Pep Tu VTS, Chung Ta Kan the Neo Oku Vuk Chi Din Tran Sa Fan Luong, Chung Ta Kung de Duok Yu Kao Kong the Neo Tai Vi Tri Mui Do Bibak, Mo Tram Le Bay Do Di Dong.
MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam, you have permission to anchor at 11:30 UTC in position 9 degrees north, 108 degrees east. Ensure that the vessel remains clear of the fairway and avoid obstructing other traffic. MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam, ban được phép thả neo tại 11 giờ 30 UTC ở vị trí 9 độ B Bắc, 108 độ D Đông. Hãy đảm bảo rằng tàu không cản trở phân luồng và tránh gây trở ngại cho các tàu khác.
With clearance in hand, Captain Crewvn signaled to the crew, and they began preparing to anchor, making sure that every detail was in place. The anchor had to be dropped at exactly the right time, and they needed to ensure the vessel wasn't dragging the anchor, especially with the weather conditions getting worse. The situation was definitely delicate, but Captain Crewvn was confident in his crew's abilities. Long, let's prepare to drop anchor at 11:30 UTC. Make sure the crew is on standby for any adjustments. We can't afford to drag anchor today with this fog. Long chuan bi da neo bao muoi mo gio ba muoi UTC. Dam bao moing guoi san sang de dio chin ki kan. Chung ta kong de neo bi keo home ne voi swang mu de nu the ne. At 11:30 UTC, MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam successfully dropped anchor, making sure it was in just the right position and well away from the busy fairway. The vessel was now at rest, but, the fog was still really heavy, making navigation difficult. We've anchored in a safe spot, but this fog is a real challenge. We'll need to keep a close watch and maintain communication with the port. We don't want to be caught off guard. Chung ta da the neo ov trian toan, nung swang mu ne thuk su la mot thu thach. Chung ta se pai theo doi chat cheva dui trillion lak voi kang. Kong the debi bat go. The crew continued to monitor the situation closely, fully aware that the tide was about to change. They were all ready to lift anchor and move forward once the weather cleared up. But, for now, they just had to wait and stay alert. Captain, the weather's still heavy, but the tide should be in our favor soon. We'll be able to heave up anchor once the fog clears. The VTS is expecting our report at the next waypoint. Thuyen Truong Toi Tiet Van Con De Dak. Nung Tui Triu Se Tuan Loi Cho Chung Ta Som Toi Chung Ta Ko De Keo Neo Ki Swang Mutan VTS Dang Cho Bao Kao Kwa Chung Ta Tai Diem Tiep Theo. As MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam continued to wait, Captain Crewvn took a moment to reflect on just how important preparation, precision, and teamwork really are. The crew had worked seamlessly together, following the IMO SMCP protocols to the letter, making sure their vessel stayed safe and in full compliance with all regulations.
But as the fog began to lift, the VTS contacted them once more with new instructions. In English, MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam, your berth is now clear. You may proceed to your docking location at 1400 UTC. Prepare to heave up anchor and proceed to the port. In Vietnamese, MV Thuyền Viên Việt Nam, bên tàu của bạn hiện đã thông thoáng. Bạn có thể tiếp tục di chuyển đến vị trí cập cảng vào 14 giờ UTC, chuẩn bị kéo neo và di chuyển về cảng.
Captain Crewvn turned to third mate Long with a smile. In English, Long, we did it. Time to get underway. Let's heave up anchor and proceed to the port. This is what it's all about. In Vietnamese, Long chung ta da lam duok, da den luk rakoi, keo neo va tiep tuk di chu yen ve kang, de chin la muk tiok wa chung ta. As the crew worked together to heave up the anchor, MV Thuyền Viên Vietnam smoothly made its way toward the port. The fog had cleared, and the sun was breaking through the clouds. Captain Crewvn knew that, with teamwork and the right procedures, they could handle anything that came their way. The sea was calm again, and the journey continued. The end. If you ever need expert guidance, a professional crew, or a reliable partner at sea, Crewvn is always here to help. You can reach Miss Thu at 0326806954, Miss Ngok at 0941113080, Miss Huang An at 0779268188, or contact our General Zalo at 09045155857. Crewvn, your trusted partner in the maritime world.